working tutorial on Factory Planner, for sure, 100%, no cap. So you can open it top left, or hit the keybind Control R, and you'll get this screen. You'll not have anything here, and then you can hit the green box to choose factory, where you can choose what you want to build. Let's say a rocket part, 1 per second. It'll default to what you have here. Currently it's 1 per second, or per second selected. You can also choose by belt amount. So let's say red belt, 1 full red belt, you would need 30 per second, obviously, but you get the idea. You can right click to remove. We'll do 1 per second for this, and then you can just hit this left click to add it in, and there's the starting part. You can always mess with modules, so on, but the basics are you come in here, you can then just hit the recipe you need, so processing units, blue circuits, and then it will tell you need 8 level 3 assemblers. If it's showing something else, like let's say the blue ones, you would come in here, you would change it, and then you can hit set as default. You can also modify the module, so like let's say you want this is default, you hit default and it'll always have that there. For this, I'll just remove it for now. So we have this, and then we need green circuits for the blue circuits. And then we need wires. So we need 12 wires to 8 assemblers, which will then go into this. Now, for red circuits, they will also use green circuits. To simplify this, you can hit matrix mode, and then you can only have one of each recipe. So you would remove the duplicate, and now it's combined for this as the total you need. So we need 20 for blue, and then 4 for red. So 24 circuits per second. You can always see it per minute, so if you want. And then you keep going down. So you don't need to include circuits from this anymore because it's already here. One time. Now we need plastic for this. Same with the wires, it's already here. Both of these are already accounted for it. Now for plastic, we need petroleum gas. Assuming that you have coal in your belt or close to your belt. Then you would choose the recipe. In this case, we'll do advanced oil processing, and you get byproduct. This is where the matrix is really useful, because then you can just do it once and it'll always be accounted for. So you would choose light oil, you would do light oil cracking to make petroleum gas, and then you would click the heavy oil byproduct to make light oil. So now you don't have any byproducts left. So then we have this accounted, and then we need sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, you need sulfur. So if it's on your belt, you can just not include it. You just remove it, and you won't need it. But in this case, we'll include it. We need sulfur for the sulfuric acid, which will then be used for the processing unit, and so on. And then this needs petroleum gas, so you don't have to do this again because it's already in here. It's already auto accounted. So as you can see, 26.7, remove this, and it drops. So just include it. Pretend you're making everything from scratch, nothing's on your belt, and you keep going. So now we need low density structure, plastic. It already gets accounted because it's in here once. And then this is, let's say, on your belt. You can always see what something needs. So steel plates, it would need 16 electric furnaces smelting 10 per second. And then you can see how many miners that would take. 48.7 miners into 55 smelting plates, and then 16 making the steel plates. You can always hit Control right click to remove. And then let's say rocket fuel. We need solid fuel. Let's make it from petroleum gas. And then it'll already account for it because we're already doing the process of cracking the oil into light oil and heavy oil into light oil and light oil into petroleum gas. So everything's already accounted for. And then that's the whole process you need to make 1 rocket per second, for example. You can then pin it top left or Control Shift R And now you have a list of everything you need to do. Let's say we need 8 blue circuits, or we need 8 assemblers of making blue circuits. You would then set up your design of 8 assemblers, making it whatever ratio you need, and then you can hit check mark and mark it as done. And you keep going. You need 10 of these, and so on, and then you can always use your blueprints if you need. If you have, so we would need, what was it, 10? Yeah. So 8, 10, 12. Close enough. You get the idea. There. And then we need 10, so this will be 10. And then you would need 16 wires, which this will be 8. There we go. So that's complete. So then you can then just keep going. You need 10 red circuits, for example, if you have a recipe, or a blueprint, I mean. So you need 10. This is my blueprint for 12 assemblers, so I already need 2 less. And then I have the already good ratio, so this will make what I need. You just hit check mark, and then you keep going of what you need. It's pretty simple. You just click the recipe you want, and then just choose. And in matrix mode, it will account for byproducts and duplicates. That is it. Good luck.